in town. So today I want to do something I haven't done in a very long time, and that is pretty much make an entire video about one tweet. You're shopping at your local food market and you notice this young woman from behind. How do you...
He's a literal sellout, Hasanabi. I do not care. I don't care. Say it with me, okay? I don't care. Are you the greatest athlete of our generation? No. Who cares? Okay? You're not the greatest athlete of our generation? I don't need to hear from you. Okay? I'm sorry. Your takes are not valid. Okay? Did you run the ad? Yeah, I did. And his freedom over La Baby. That's so funny, dude. Yeah, go hang out with NS Freedom, okay? Y'all can have him. I think Recep Tayyip Erdogan should give LeBron James a Turkish citizenship, like an honorary one. And his content more like penis cancer. Fucking got him, dude. Stop. The only thing worse than a sports fan is someone who pretends to be. I'm not a sports fan at all. I am strictly a LeBron fan. I just like LeBron James. That's it.
Streaming
How would you open? Can I get that for you? You're shopping at a local food market and you notice this young woman from behind.
At first I was really confused.
How do you open? What do you mean, how do I open? I just go directly to the fucking ice cream section, grab a fucking pint of Ben & Jerry's low calorie, okay, cookie dough, and I get the fuck out. And I leave her alone. That's how I open. How do you guys open? What do you mean? Like, I'm not trying to... What do you think? Women are trying to get fucked at Target, dude? While they're grabbing fucking tortilla chips today, for girls' night?
Chat, I also fucked your mother, peepo clap.
What kind of silly nonsense is this, dude? That's how I open, guys. Okay, if you ask me. The way I open is by just not doing anything.
Larry Bird was playing against plumbers.
I would tell her to excuse me as I shove her to the ground to grab the popcorners. Bro, if you're going to commit assault on a random woman whose back is turned against you, don't go for the fucking popcorners. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least get like the fucking hot Cheetos, the flaming hot Cheetos or the Takis. Oh, the Takis are so good. My man's catching a charge with the popcorners, bro. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Jesus Christ, tennis is trying so hard to get on the Republicans' good side. He shouted out one of the only Asian players over the past 12 years, Jeremy Lin, for not vocally opposing the CCP, while fucking Jeremy Lin is currently playing in China.
Well, Jeremy Lin's currently playing in China, and he's like literally from the Bay Area, right? Isn't Jeremy Lin just straight up? Bro, you need to speak out against Chinese atrocities, American man. Like, bro, you're just racist at that point. Okay, I'm just letting you know. Motherfuckers from Palo Alto. He's like, speak out against Chinese atrocities for your own kind. Anyway.
Hot take takas are trash.
Shut the fuck up. Shut your fucking mouth, dude.
From behind. How do you open? At first I was really confused because I've always been under the impression that you can't open a bag of chips in the store, that you have to pay for it first, otherwise they'll get mad at you. But then I realized they're talking about the girl. how do you open the girl? And then I spent the next 20 minutes scrolling through the joke responses and having the time of my life. Say, let me get that for you. And then climb up the shelves, pulling them down and injuring both of us. Tell her I'm exhausted from pushing around my shopping cart and ask her
Donate
to push
to
it
help
while I ride
charities
in
and
the
receive the
children's seat. But the most
2021
accurate
Jingle
response I
Jam
saw
Game
was,
Collection.
oh,
The collection is available
sneak
at
right past you real quick.
_.
The original tweet was such a stupid question that got all of the mockery it deserved. But then I realized that nothing could be funnier than all of the genuine responses from guys who are like, I got this. I will answer this question, and I will do it in the creepiest way possible. Do you know how many calories are in that bag? I'll eat them for you. We can't have the future Mrs. X getting fat, can we? Yeah, I think that'll go well. I think that's a good opening line to use on someone you've never spoken to before. You shouldn't eat those. What? Well, if you're gonna be my wife, I don't want you to get fat. That's a good point. Make sure I'm smelling nice. Brush close to her from her left side whilst picking one of the lay package, whatever that. Turn, gaze into her eyes with a warm smile and tell her I would have handed her that if it was written slay because she's slaying. That is weirdly choreographed. He even picked a side. Would it have been different if he came in from the right? Does he not want to get pepper sprayed in his good eye? It's a shame that that went the way it did because he got off to such a promising start. Make sure I'm smelling nice. Underrated first step. Though now I'm curious to know how he would have proceeded if he didn't smell nice.
What do you mean? Come on, dude. You're in fucking Target. Obviously, you roll straight up to the fucking men's deodorant section and take an absolute shower in Axe body spray. Okay? I want to be walking around like I'm pepper spraying people in my immediate vicinity. Okay? I want tears to be rolling down people's eyes. I want people 3 aisles down coughing and sneezing. Women love Axe body spray. Shouts out. Shouts out to Axe body spray. Okay. Hashtag ad. Yeah, I want to smell like a Persian nightclub owner. Okay. It's racist. How dare you? Men and men have a problem. Okay. We use too much fucking. That is a problem. I definitely do use. I'll admit. I definitely do use a lot of. I mean, I use perfume. Like I literally use, I don't use eau de toilette. I use perfume. If you make fun of me, you're literally making fun of my genealogy and my haplogroup, okay? Just something with the men of mind. It's called the men of mindset. Don't bring Persians into this, bro.
Run over to the deodorant aisle real quick, or like go home and shower and hope that in 30...
You don't use the toilet? No, I use eau de perfume. This is a different concentration, you fucking pleb. Okay? At least if you're gonna...
minutes, she'll still be deciding on chips. Hey, did you know these are half off today? Check the coupon in the back. I don't see it. Should be there. Do you wear glasses? Ha! I do. Or maybe I need some, etc. By the way, you look familiar. Have we met? Should be able to get her from there. Oh yeah, dude. You are in. I think you've laid all the necessary groundwork here. I mean, at this point, the conversation practically speaks itself. I love how many of these are like that, though, where they clearly lose steam by the end, and so they're just like, you get the idea. This guy didn't even finish one sentence before giving up. Hey, I like your style. Did you buy your outfits from the blah blah place? You know, one of those stores that sell girl pants. I don't know. I'm so tired. This guy gave 2 options. Number 1, is it cheat date for you? Or have you tried Cool Ranch? Would you call it Cool Ranch? No, I've never heard of that, but it sounds delicious. What do you say we split a bag in my bed? At this point, you may be thinking that these are all so bad that surely...
The funniest thing is, like, he's more creative than those guys, so he did a better, funnier line.
They have to be jokes as well, right? I feel like the key to identifying genuine responses in a sea of satire is to look at their bios. If he describes himself as a business tycoon...
Or ENFJ, on my crypto grind, hashtag crypto maximalist,
or a gentleman, or, you know, some kind of alpha. He wasn't joking. This is his life. Occasionally, you'll hit the jackpot of Twitter bios. Cryptocurrency enthusiast and convicted felon. Well, at least he's proud of it. Like, I just can't imagine that an account called Red Pill Maestro that retweets pickup artists all day, every day is doing some elaborate bit that only he is aware of. Hey, that's my bag! Thanks for getting them for me. I'll take them from here. Top shelf? Naughty. What?
Naughty. Top shelf? Ooh. I do like to get a little naughty on a Tuesday afternoon with some Cool Ranch. Bro. The funniest thing about this is, like,
Bing bong.
I guess it's a bit of a disadvantage or a bit of an advantage for me, is that, like, because I was always aware of, like, my size, I never wanted to make anyone uncomfortable. So I would never do this. Okay? Like, a point in my life where I was an idiot. I could have found myself down this rabbit hole, and thank God I didn't. Because, like, thinking about it, like, I'm a fucking huge person. Imagine I like walk up to a woman. I'm like, this is good advice I found on the internet. I walk up to a woman at the fucking Target and I just grab the hot Cheetos out of their hand. I'm going to jail. Straight up. Ugh. It's mine.
What's naughty about the top shelf? Is that where they keep all the sexy Doritos? Was just gonna ask if you would mind reaching the top shelf for me. I always struggle. Looks at me, obviously I don't. Hey, why not grab a bag for yourself while you're up there? The thing she was already doing until you snatched it out of her hand like a child. The best responses, though, are the guys like Bow-Tied Grey Wolf who initiate small talk about Doritos. Alternatively, you could try the snack similarity approach. Walk up, grab a bag, and say something like, "These are my favorite. Glad to see someone else with good taste as well. Have you tried these?" Point at a different variation. "Glad to see someone else with good taste as well. Have you tried the purple bag? I just woke up from a 60-year coma." You know, this might be a viable tactic if it was like some niche Trader Joe's snack, but they're talking about Doritos, the most common brand of chips. Oh, I love Doritos. Here, let me help you. I talk to women the same way I would talk to a stray dog. So a lot of great options to choose from, but I have a feeling the guy who tweeted it wasn't asking for advice. He doesn't need it. In fact, he's the self-proclaimed master opener of women, which either means that he's really good at starting conversations or he's literally opening women up. So maybe just call the cops. After 4,000 approaches, I share my step-by-step sexcalation system to getting laid fast. Is the sex itself supposed to be fast? Because I don't need a guide on that. Also, 4,000 approaches? I find it telling that he's not leading with how many women he's successfully slept with, which would also be creepy, but just how many he's tried to talk to. But clearly with tweets like this, all he's doing is prompting Twitter outrage in order to plug his book called Conversation Casanova Mastery. If there's
why is it that so many of these people that like love finding hypocrisy and scams are so fucking stupid about all these motherfuckers who are scamming them on this issue, okay? I mean, straight up, this is a scam. This is absolutely a fucking scam. In the worst way possible. Just straight scamming.
there's one thing I don't want to do, it's give money to this guy. But also I don't need to because all of these courses are exactly the same. You see hot girl and you want sex, but brain too stupid, you too stupid. For $20, I teach you how to talk good, and now you have girlfriend. Tempting, for sure, but given that we've already seen his students in action, I'm gonna say this book is probably not worth the money. Speaking of which, his other business endeavor is called Womanese 101. Because if I want to know the language of women, I'm gonna ask some random dude.
Women speak womanese, a cryptic language that men have trouble understanding. Save yourself from years of pain, confusion and heartbreak. Get the book now.
I love that this guy is advertising a book that's supposed to teach you what women are saying, and I can't even understand what he is saying. If you are too sex to make a move on a woman that you like, you are
Holy shit,
pathetic.
14 months
Your
since the election
ancestors
already.
fought in World War II. Oh my God. The first thing you can do to instantly raise your sexual market value is to get better at being a producer of emotions that women value. Specifically, fun, intrigue, and good emotions. Did Mark Zuckerberg write this? This is the absolute most robotic and insane way to say, girls like guys who are fun. The best part about this account is you don't even have to come to the conclusion on your own that this is predatory. He literally describes himself as a predator. That's not a good thing. Needless to say, womanese is not exactly a hit with the ladies, which, you know, sort of invalidates it altogether. This is how girls talk.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
Okay. I think I would know.
but I read a little bit about it. What is it with pickup artists always implying there's some kind of anatomical secret to seducing women? Uncontrollable attraction within a woman's limbic system. Yeah, so if you look closely, you'll notice that all girls have a little knob on the back of their neck, and you're gonna wanna make sure that's turned over to the horny setting, otherwise you're not getting anywhere with them. Also, be unfuckable with, that is an amazing word, although I'm pretty sure they were supposed to cut out the last part. Anyway, after the resounding success of that first tweet, Mr. Casanova became so addicted to getting dunked on that he did it again. You're at a college house party and you notice this young woman leaving the female restroom. How do you open? I would have so many questions. How did I get here? Which college is this? Can I go home? Where's my wife? And who has gendered bathrooms at a house party? You have a nice body by what I can see, but is the rest of it nice too? I don't know. Is it? So the thinking with that is that she'll get defensive and then be like, yeah, it's nice. Here, let me show you. Oh, wait a minute. You got me. You're such a Renaissance man. I almost forgot. One of the responses I loved the most to the original tweet was from an account called Got Pickup Lines app. So this is an entire app programmed to generate clever one-liners to say to women. The perfect tool for aspiring creeps. But with the power of technology on our side, this should be the best pickup line of them all. Let's see what they came up with. See a cute girl looking at a food item, go over and grab the same item, look at her and say, aren't these good? These are so good. I wish I could eat them all day. Oh, they taste so good.
Tums?
The ultimate seduction tool. Have you ever thought to yourself, what should I say to her? What was that line I read? Sadly, what usually happens next is you end up staring at the girl without even talking to her. And yeah, bro, she sees that as creepy. But you know what's not creepy? Constantly stopping mid-conversation to look down at your phone and say whatever an app tells you to.
So, where'd you go to school?
That's a good question.
You don't remember?
No, I do. I just gotta type in school.
Type into what?
University of Tennessee.
Really?
Because you're the only 10 I see.
Holy shit.
No, wait, I went to Yale.
Seriously?
I was worried if I told you, you'd think I was some kind of nerd.
Because you went to a good school? No, that's like the only good thing you've said so far.
Yeah, I guess it is.
So what did you major in?
Pussy.
Oh my god.
Then he goes on to cite a social experiment done by someone whose name he spelled wrong that allegedly confirms that you can teach someone how to flirt well.
At first, I have a lot of thoughts about this, okay? I feel like it is straight up better to keep these dudes afraid of women. You know what I mean? And in some ways, maybe like if you're following the text messages AI created fucking weirdo lines or whatever, after the 11th rejection, you're probably going to be truly terrified to even talk to a woman. So ultimately, it's kind of a good thing for society. Think about it, okay? yeah, sure. The first couple of times, women are going to be a little harassed, okay? Some of those ladies are going to take the L's for the rest of the ladies to never have to deal with them ever again. Okay? Think about it. By the way, for the record, I talk to a lot of dudes. I talk to a lot of fellas. And fellas always say, man, you know, sometimes women can be really fucking rude. Okay? Sometimes women can be really fucking rude. Like, I'm afraid that if I talk to someone and I don't have like a bad intention at all, I'm worried that, you know, the reaction is going to be negative. Okay? Well, that's also because of this. Because they're dealing with this a lot of times. Like 9 out of 10 interactions is this. So on the 10th interaction, okay? Stop saying mischief in the chat. It's not mischief. Okay, it's mischief. It's not mischief. It's not mischief. But, you know, this is the reason. If you were wondering why you feel like some women are, like, very, you know, they have the guards up, well, you know, this is quite literally the reason.
As long as they have higher social status. So if you're having trouble picking up women, just have a lot of money? Or be a prince? Now, if you were worried this website wouldn't turn into a rant against woke culture, don't be. Because it does. Sure, us guys have had to change the way we communicate with females, both in and out of the workplace, especially when it comes to telegraphing sexual interest. We've learned to make verbal advances in code using covert language known as sexual innuendo, to be able to interact with women without triggering those who are more easily offended.
Jesus Christ.
I tell you what, sometimes it feels like you're not even allowed to grope your coworkers anymore without someone getting triggered. That's not called being triggered. That's being sexually harassed. Even if you're hitting on someone using covert language, like some kind of horny detective, that's still inappropriate. You're still gonna get reprimanded by your HR rep.
You, want to see me? Yeah, so I heard from Jessica that you've been telling her how much you want to put your hot dog in her bun?
Uh-huh.
You can't say that.
Oh, what? A guy's not allowed to talk about food?
Clearly you weren't talking about food.
But I technically was.
You also apologized in advance if the mustard comes out too fast?
It's a sensitive bottle.
That's disgusting. You're fired.
Fine. All right. I don't care. Oh, and by the way, sorry I triggered you.
Only on Netflix.
Side note,
2
for
years
anyone
photo.
who needs to hear this, innuendos are not some sort of secret doublespeak that only geniuses can decode. Usually you're just coming up with a different word for penis. It's not any more clever than a 12-year-old boy who ends every sentence with "that's what she said." So anyway, now we're at a point where the "how do you open" tweets are just popping off left and right. So even more alpha male Twitter accounts are getting in on the action, and somehow they're worse every time. You are in a restaurant with your friends where you spotted this hot girl on opposite table. How would you open? Well, I think we can all agree that there is only one right answer. You know, according to psychology, a person who sits alone in a restaurant can be addicted to be alone. She replies, "So what?" Then I say, "So I can help you to not get addicted to it." You're at the beach and it's sunset time. You notice this young woman vibing alone, and you've identified that what she actually is doing is begging for your attention. How do you open? I'm sure we'll get some nice, normal responses here. Sup, mamas? Me likey what I see. What's your evening plan, babe? Maybe we can go back to my crib and see what's up. Oh, what's that? Why, yes, I am single. Hee hee. I know there's plenty of fish in the sea, but I never imagined I would find one so thick. She will smile/laugh and say, "Are you calling me a fish?" Don't respond. Wait, don't respond? But it was going so well. Don't respond. Just ask her name and number. Trust me, she will give it to you. Trust me, she will say that. And she will give you her number. I'm sure of it. See, this is a problem with a lot of these guys' mindset. It's not just that they're enacting the protocol they learned in How to Be a
Caitlin,
Creep 101.
this is
It's
Luna.
that they've already
If you see
planned
this,
out
please bring the
how
milk
the
home
girl
already.
will
The
respond.
kids
Like
miss
she
you.
doesn't have the free will to say something else. You can't script out both sides of a conversation. Your life is not a rom-com written by you. What if she doesn't say the fish thing? What if she's like, who are you? Or go
3 months of
away.
fun.
Then what do? Panic? Ask the director to yell cut? This isn't a movie. But the reason they think that they can drive a conversation is because at their core, men like this don't view women as people. They're taught by all these sex-crazed Twitter predators that if you just turn the right knobs and press the right buttons, then you'll be in control of her. Or as this guy put it, they treat women like they're NPCs whose sole questline revolves around marrying you. Just look at some of these tweets that have way too many likes for what they are. She's like a robot. She blindly follows her female psychology software program. Never take what a woman says or does personally. On an emotional level, she is just a child, which is why we talk to them like one. Aww. She doesn't know what she truly wants, desires, or needs. She just goes along with the flow of the emotional moment. Unlike men, who are notoriously level-headed. I do want to point out a little bit of hypocrisy here, because on one hand, they'll say things like, don't compromise anything for her. She doesn't deserve it. Show interest, not desperation. But also, you should take a...
This is fucking horror. Like, this has got to be straight up horrifying for women to watch. I mean, luckily we're just all fellas, am I right? Like over here, it's all fellas here. So we're good. It's among ourselves. We can make fun of these dudes and stuff, but we them boys, But holy fuck, dude! If I was a woman as a child, I'd be like, this is traumatizing. Someone said men don't talk to me because I'm not pretty. But anyway, once again, to the dudes who wonder why the fuck are women so mean to me specifically, okay? I'm a good guy. Well, this is the reason. Other dudes, first of all, you might not be. You might think you are, but you might not be. Let's be real. And it 100% has nothing to do with the fact that like you think you're ugly or whatever. That women would be much nicer to you if you were hotter. Okay, because I know that that's like one thing that people think. Okay? But it's more so this. This is the reason. This is what you're stimulated with non-fucking stop.
Yep.
This is a good video.
An astrology class because that's where girls are. Fuck what she thinks. What matters is what you think. Have supreme confidence in who you are and what you stand for. And then the very next tweet, like 20 minutes later, to establish a strong emotional connection with her, find what she's really passionate about in life and connect with her on that. Learn what she likes and pretend to like it too. Or wait, I thought I was supposed to be myself. I'm so confused. Do I demean and belittle women, or do I spend thousands of dollars on a class I'm not interested in just to be in the same room as boobs? But that's kind of the inherent irony to all these Twitter accounts where they're like, I'm a big, strong guy. I'm in charge, I'm in control, and I have dedicated my entire personality to tricking women into talking to me. Jokes aside, all of this is genuinely disturbing. Not just that accounts like this exist, but that thousands of men follow them and hang on to their every word like some kind of incel religion. Being single is hard, and getting your heart broken sucks, but there's not some secret you can buy to make women start falling all over you. And it's so much easier to deflect the blame onto everyone else than to admit that maybe you're the problem. Women are evil. They exist merely to torment me. And the problem with all these dating books is that they're capitalizing on those insecurities to make money off of lonely dudes. And then in the worst cases, it emboldens those men to blame women even more, because it's like, well, I bought the book, I did everything I was supposed to do, and she still won't talk to me? They really are the problem. And now you're like this lunatic who approaches every interaction like it's some challenge to see who can be more manipulative. What a healthy dating life you have ahead of you. You're like a self-fulfilling prophecy on failed relationships. If I could offer any advice, it would be to just imagine that women are like human beings, just like you. And then once you do that, you could try connecting with them, person to person. And if she still doesn't,
On my
It's
way to
fucking
Fidel
disgusting.
Brainrot.
No shot, bro. Typical rich guy, typical handsome guy. Nah, dude. No way, bro. Wow. Another handsome dude who's already like looks maxing and mogging you, telling you that you need to treat women like fucking human beings and like normal human beings. Guess what, dude? I've been doing that. Okay? I'm an asshole and I've been equally fucking shitting on women and men at the same time in the exact same capacity. And guess what, dude?
Play Halo Infinite
It's
campaign.
just fucking, it hasn't worked, all right? You fucking YouTube Chaz, you think you know? Real problem society and women.
like you, that's okay. At least you were authentic. Maybe she's just not the person for you. Try again. Don't just give up and start resenting all women, because that shit's not gonna work either, no matter how much the Twitter guy told you it would. Oh, also, don't hit on people in grocery stores. No one wants that. All right, well, I've been talking for a while. I can feel myself starting to lose some steam, so I think I'm gonna toss it over to pre-recorded me to take it from here.
Hi, I'm trapped in a well, and I'm founder and CEO of pictureofhotdog.com, the world's most popular website that isn't porn. I get over 4,000 DMs every single day from people congratulating me on my one-of-a-kind creation, and today I just want to say thank you. And I know, it's honestly better than Google. So to celebrate almost 2 years now of changing people's lives, I've decided to add yet another new topping, trophy. I couldn't have done it without you, hot dog, but I also couldn't have done it without the help of today's sponsor, Squarespace. So you want to build a website, but you don't know how. That's where Squarespace comes in. They've got all the tools you could possibly need to turn your idea into a reality without having to know how to code or do web
video. This is my second time recording the outro because the first time I did it, my microphone wasn't on. Anyway, thanks for making it to the end. If you liked this video, be sure to unsubscribe from me immediately and block me on every social media platform. I want to end this one a little differently than I usually do, so I figured let's play a game of hide and seek. I'll go first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm counting to 100. 8, 9. See you guys next time. 10, 11, 11 and a half, 12, 13.
He didn't count to 100. Let's take a look. I'm gonna go
Watch a
real
wholesome
quick.
video on TikTok or Instagram and it makes you feel good. I mean, so much of the internet can be this toxic, argumentative wasteland, but for once you're sitting there
Some fun.
smiling at your phone.
I'm gonna pee, I'll be
Imagine
back.
that. Imagine a piece of content that actually makes your day better. And then you open up the comment section and it's a war zone. Going into 2023 with the same person since 2010. Oh, that's nice. They've been together for a very long time. Clearly, they've worked hard and been able to make a life for themselves centered around their shared interest. And I mean, really, that's the dream for anybody, no matter what that shared interest may be. And who cares about this? Cringe. Video gaming is the worst hobby one could have. What a waste of time. Not like what I do, which is spend all day on my phone telling other people that they're wasting their time. I'm pissed. Living behind a screen. Aren't you doing the same thing? No. You have gamer in your bio. Are gamers extremely lazy? Do they ever get up? I like to think that this person isn't making fun of them. They're just genuinely concerned for their well-being. Like, wait, have they really been sitting there for 13 years? I hope they're okay. What if they got stuck? Like, I know that you're opening yourself up to criticism whenever you post anything online. That's just the nature of the internet. But it's crazy that even the most uncriticizable posts where someone is just happily doing something and isn't hurting anyone else in the process still gets criticized. All right, here's another TikTok about dishes.
In our house, I cook, he does the dishes. And when he cooks,
Wake up!
he does the dishes.
Harmless joke, right? They're just subverting expectations of what you might have expected her to say. So really, there's no reason for someone to get like super pissed about this or anything. Oh, so he's twice as useful as you are. L-girlfriend. So much entitlement. The women that posted this and the women that are commenting on this, just because you don't like doing it doesn't mean he does so about helping and being a good person. He rather does the dishes because he knows you'll never do it without moaning about it or showing the initiative to just do it. You just let him do it because you're lazy and entitled, feeling offended when called called out. But ask yourself, if you're feeling called out, doesn't that prove my point?
Yeah, dude. Women are so bad. Women bad. I mean, honestly, fellas, am I right? Women bad. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Women so bad. Ooh.
Video is 8 seconds long.
Women.
Slavery. That's right. Someone watched this video and thought, oh my God.
Dude, I love how like unhinged. When I'm not the recipient of these kinds of comments, it's so funny to watch from afar. Cause like, you know, this is reminding me of like my unhinged psychopathic stalker weirdos that are always in the comment section of anything that I put out. Like, remember when someone tried to say that I enslaved my mom because she was cooking for me when I brought her to Los Angeles to live with me during COVID? I was like, bro, that's like, there's like a lot of underlying issues. There's like a lot of underlying issues there for you to like come out with that statement without being embarrassed. Don Jenny, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. Like, that was an insane statement.
That's exactly what being a slave is like. And 5 people agreed? Slavery is when I have to do the dishes, even though I was the one who cooked that night. Simps love to defend this irrational thinking. Imagine if the genders were reversed. I know, right? Then the comments might be insane. Normalize men doing chores. Normalize women changing oil and fixing the toilet and paying the bill. Ah, yes, changing oil and fixing toilets. 2 things that notoriously need to be done as often as the dishes. Shit, I change my oil every time I drive. Only the best for my car. How often do you even have to fix a toilet? Every couple of years at the most? What are you doing in there? You shitting grenades? Look, I don't know who this couple is, but I'm positive that this 8-second video does not sum up their entire relationship. Like, in my house, Amanda does the dishes like 90% of the time. But I cook 90% of the time. She cleans more often than I do, but I do all the grocery shopping. I don't know, one single chore doesn't tell the whole story. But even still, being in a relationship isn't supposed to be this one-to-one transactional exchange where every chore must be split down the middle and every good deed must be reciprocated immediately. Hey, I just did something nice for you. Do it back or I'm gonna post about this on TikTok.
What are you talking about? It's my birthday. Oh, I'm supposed to give you a present too?
You would if you loved me. Like, no, you just figure out what works best for you guys, and if something's not working, then you talk about it. Clearly these people—
This man is a slave. Yeah, literally. Doesn't even realize it, dude. Dub. Bro, this is— he's white. The other video that we just watched is real. White men are being enslaved right now by women. Hopefully white women, of course. Otherwise, it's white genocide. I mean, come on.
People are traumatized from a past relationship where they had to do a chore, and they haven't been able to stop thinking about it since. It's time to move on, all right? You gotta let that go. There's another common type of TikTok I've seen multiple renditions of.
See you later. Bye.
You've been a great help today.
That's all right. Thank you. Bye.
And honestly, I like TikToks like this because I think this is really healthy and a good thing to point out. Like, having the desire to be by yourself for a little bit doesn't mean your marriage is bad all of a sudden or you've lost your spark. Most couples go through this. Most couples do this. You are still your own person with your own hobbies and interests. It's not the end of the world. Like, sometimes Amanda comes home from work and wants to tell me everything that happened that day, and that's great. And other times she just wants to come home and listen to a podcast and play Stardew Valley for 3 hours. And both of those are fine. That's not good or healthy for couples. Well, this is crazy unhealthy in a relationship. That is terrible relationship advice.
Yeah, except for, you know who knows? You know who knows what good relationships look like? A 14-year-old on TikTok who's never been in a relationship. That's who knows what a healthy relationship should be like, okay? Do you understand? Or this guy, the Dutch conservative. Like, this guy made a TikTok and he could have named himself anything, okay? Any number of things. And he went with the Dutch conservative. That guy probably has a healthy attitude about the planet. He probably has a healthy opinion. You know what I mean? These are IG real comments, by the way. Who cares? It's the same TikTok, IG, same bullshit, okay? Just even more divorced. If you're on Instagram Reels comments, you're even more divorced somehow than the, TikTok comments.
Advice. When kids are down, it's time to be together. Each of you should have some time to do what you like, but do it while kids are up. One watches kids, then the other. It's a very specific rule. Me and my husband, we have 4 kids. That was in the 80s. All our time was about them. Now that they are growing and have their own family, me and him have some our time. We love being around each other, but like he wishing TV and working. I like being at home alone, and when we at home, we talk about everything, and then like I said, he in one room and I am in another. We be married for 40 years, get along just fine. I think she's on my side here. I'm not 100% sure though. If you love somebody, you'll expect to have its company as much as they can. It seems like there are 2 kinds of negative responses to this. There's the people who misinterpret it to mean that they don't want to spend any time together, even though that's not at all what they're saying. This is what, like an hour of their day, some of the time, relax.
Not
but there's
acceptable.
also the people who use TikToks like this to just brag about their own relationship. Sad. We like to be with each other at bedtime, even after 9 years of marriage. Wait, you guys have alone time? That's a choice that you make. No, that's great. I'm happy for you. I guess it's just that you must not love each other very much because I spend every waking moment with my wife. We have the same job, the same hobbies, the same friend, us. Our bathroom has 2 toilets and they face each other. A few years back, I actually took a class on how to stop blinking, and now I don't do it anymore. What can I say? I guess I missed her too much when my eyes were closed.
You don't want to miss a single moment in the relationship like that. Just like you don't want to miss a single moment at the top of the hour ad break. Fuck, I fucked it up. At the top of the hour, there's a 3-minute ad break. If you don't want to miss a single moment of the stream, then all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or for free with the Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Fuck. Or you get 1 free Prime subscription. You can also get gifted a sub if you're lucky. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Fucking, I'm done, dude. 9 hours of commentary. My brain is fried, okay? It's fried. I'm sorry.
Of course, there's a balance to this.
By the way, Don Jenny, thank you for the 20 gifted subs. The Alex Mana, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Maddie Coates, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Luna Lux 9, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That's like, what, 35 people no longer see the top of the hour ad break. That's crazy.
This, as this guy will tell you, not realizing that the people who posted the TikTok would probably agree with him. If you never prioritize your partner and you're constantly blowing them off to just do whatever you want, go hang out with your friends, that's a problem. If 100% of the time you'd rather be hanging out with your boys than paying any attention to your girlfriend, you probably shouldn't be dating her. You should be dating your boys. But at the same time, I wouldn't personally want to be in a relationship where my life solely revolves around the other person. You need time to cultivate your own interests and work on yourself so you actually have something to bring to the table.
Roman
Honestly,
Last,
sometimes
thank you for
when
the
your
5
partner
gifted subs.
is trying to minimize your other passions or turn you against your friends, it's kind of a manipulation tactic. They're trying to make you fully dependent on them so you have nowhere else to go and no one else in your life
Absolutely,
to point out
thank you
all
for the
their
10
red
gifted.
flags. I don't think a relationship should be about merging into one entity that is useless without the other person. Because if you get too far into it, you're gonna lose sight of who you were before you started dating. Just like with anything though, it comes down to what you and your partner agree on. If you both want to spend 24 hours a day holding hands and staring into each other's eyes, go for it. That's awesome. I'm not gonna stop you. But that's what really gets me about these comments is that for the most part, everybody's just arguing for their own personal preference in a relationship that they're not a part of. If you see a video like this and you think, well, that wouldn't work for me, or my wife and I could never do something like that, that's literally fine because you're not in the relationship. Like, I just don't understand the need to go around imposing the rules of your marriage onto everyone else. Like, what's the point of even trying to argue with how this couple lives their lives? They've been together for 13 years. If this lifestyle was unsustainable for them, they wouldn't have been able to sustain it. If you see this couple happily on the same page about something and then decide that actually you know what's best for them more than they do, no, you don't. Shut up. In classic internet fashion, though, I found another TikTok that's almost exactly the same as these ones, but all of the comments are angry for the opposite reason.
After our kids go to bed, this is how my husband and I have been spending time together at night. I am rewatching all the Marvel movies, and my husband is over here racing in his racing simulator. So we're like kind of together, right?
Now, I'll admit, the vibe is a little different in this one. Whereas the other people were like proudly saying, hey, this is something we do. This is what works in our relationship. This woman seems a little bit more unsure. It also kind of looks like maybe she's been crying, but I don't know her life. I'm just going to assume that it was from the movie. Ultimately, I don't know. And I'm not going to speculate on it too hard because this is an Instagram reel and I don't know anything about these people. is what I would say if I wasn't a crazy person. She just wants him to do what she wants to do. Yeah, she's not happy. Something's going on. She is low-key putting him down. Instead of just talking to her husband, instead she tries to make a video.
It's so cool that TikTok has basically created an environment for like every random normie to feel 15 seconds of like fame, but also in the worst elements that accompany it, which is like incredibly insane, parasocial, unhinged commentary about like uniquely private details about your life, some of which you are willingly allowing people to peer into, but many of which you are not. Okay? Anyone and everyone is making assertions about your relationship now. Welcome to the hellish existence.
Video and post it trying to shame him? Could you cry a little less? Have you offered or shown any interest in playing games with him? Reach into his interests? I understand that you are not enjoying this quality time. Visually obvious. Now, the thing that these comments all have in common is that they're all working off of an assumption. We have decided that this video is not sincere, and since that's now a fact that we all can agree on, it's okay to bully you for it. So I was curious, I found them on TikTok. I just saw this one on Instagram. And they made multiple follow-up videos where they had to be like, guys, can you stop telling us to get a divorce? Like, we love each other. We love our kids. We spend a lot of time together. I was just...
No. It's just, that only makes it worse because now you've recognized that people, they got to you. I saw someone comment, oh, you didn't post for 5 days. I thought your third attempt worked on some random creator. I watched these motherfuckers with their parasocial relationships are so unhinged. That's insane.
Just kind of tired because we both worked all day and you guys are looking into this way too hard. Please stop. It's weird. Okay, so mystery solved, right? And now that we have that context, I would like to present to you one of the most unhinged comments I have ever read in my life. I am certain that the purpose of this video was, we've got this whole history and all I'm asking for him is to sit here and watch these movies with me. I even put on Marvel movies because he likes them and I want to bait him over here to spend time with me because he never spends time with me after all that we've been through. I don't even care about Marvel movies. Right, because Marvel movies...
Guys, you're saying holy shit, but like everyone does this. Literally everyone does this. It's the same exact thing as like what you're describing right now reminds me of what my father did to me. Like I might be talking about some dumb, like totally ridiculous, like a joke. And then a chatter will be like, this is literally transphobia. This is like how someone opened up the door to be transphobic because like it's just your own personal experience that you think is being that you're watching basically. It's literally it's just the same shit. It's an incredibly common narcissistic trait for the most part. Usually, like when I said the pride flag, like the rainbow colors is like not aesthetically pleasing, right? And someone was like, well, that's how you that's how you open the door to being like, you know, homophobic and anti-LGBT. Seeing comments like these during your parasocial time at the beginning of the stream. Yeah, I mean, this is the greatest tweet of all time, but like, sorry, not going to care about Afghanistan because I grew up with an alcoholic, psychologically abusive father in constant state of distress and anxiety and worry about the future. Hearing the key in the door every evening was my own Afghanistan for almost 20 years. Like, that's just... What? Like, that seems like a you issue.
Movies are for boys, and women can't like superheroes. I'm just making sacrifices to stop enjoying my life, not doing things I want to do or grow as a person, have a hobby, all for him to just pay me the slightest bit of attention. No one appreciates sacrifices they didn't ask for. Do what you want to do. If that doesn't feel like quality time, speak up. If you feel like this relationship is costing everything you want from life, speak up. Otherwise, shut up. Holy... We're not even halfway through, by the way. And if you do speak up and that's not what he wants, it's okay to move on with your life. If you feel like you could do better and deserve more, go reach for it. But don't go crawling back just because you don't like the new life you have after you've thrown away your old one and destroyed all semblance of peace for yourself and your family. Stop wasting your time doing things that don't make you happy. You literally have this one life and you're choosing to cry on TikTok rather than make a meaningful difference. Obviously, he's happy and comfortable the way it is, and if you divorce him, he'll probably just enjoy more of his free time after a fucked up dark period of feeling worthless and that nothing that he does is enough, because that's what you're saying here. Nothing that has happened before was enough for you.
I think we should do mandatory therapy and Medicare for all just for this reason. Okay? Like, I think we can make an argument for therapy, like universal healthcare and therapy for everybody, specifically by pointing to this and other tweets and other takes like this. So we can just like eliminate it from public consciousness. Okay, using the internet, you need a license. Yeah, that's cool too. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. Like, I mean, this is just like this only happens when you're just when you have like so much unresolved trauma. Bernie needs to do a speech with clips like this playing in the background. Yes. Men and women are chirping on TikTok comment sections. And the only way we can stop them from chirping nonstop is by doing Medicare for all and healthcare and mental health care for all Americans.
You. Absolute insanity aside, he based this entire rant on the assumption that she's pretending to like the movies. Like, you never stop to think, what if this thing I'm making up isn't actually true? That would kind of destroy my entire argument and make me look like an asshole. Nah, I'll do it anyway. Isn't it fun, though, that the internet is so used to just yelling at each other all the time that you can post two videos with essentially the same thesis and cause a riot for two opposite reasons? Social media is so fun. I'm having a great time. Now, if you're anything like me, seeing all of this unasked for discourse kind of makes you never want to post any private information about yourself because people are just going to use it to bully you or speculate on your behalf. You might even think to post a TikTok where you're like, hey, my partner doesn't post about me on social media, but that doesn't mean the relationship doesn't work because he loves me in real life. And that's really all that matters to me. Only to find out that even that's wrong too. God, and don't even get me started on parenting TikTok. I would.
Wait, I want to see the unhinged comments. Come
Now,
on.
that even that's...
He hides me, but my expenses are paid. I don't know, sis. I'll pay for my own shit till I find the one who's proud of me. He don't post you because you don't want the other girls to see he's sliding in DMs and living in a whole different life on social media, lusting over other women and have desires. Do we deserve that? We got to stop settling for what's not our values and worth. Money is easy to get. Be with someone who isn't afraid of showing you. 331 likes. So spoiled and nothing to contribute to the relationship? Okay. 80 likes.
That's wrong too. God, and don't even get me started on parenting TikTok. I would never in a million years post a video of my child because I'm just gonna get a bunch of comments from people telling me that I'm doing everything wrong. Like, you'll see a video of a kid falling down, right? I'm not saying I seek those kind of videos out or anything. It's just sometimes they pop up.
Oh, come on. They're funny. Come on. There's always fun.
And I watch them, okay? But the kid will fall down, right? And the mom will be like, oh no, are you
hilarious.
okay? And someone will comment, wrong. Let her get up on her own or she'll never learn how to be independent. And then you'll see the same kind of video where the parent will instead be like, hey, buddy, you're fine. Just shake it off. Wrong. She's clearly hurt. You were supposed to keep her safe and you failed.
Bro, no, this is literally like when people come into my chat to be like, why did you upset Will Neff? You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, this dude, I've known him for like 12 years. Like, you watch him for 35 minutes a night. You know what I mean? Like, you think you know our relationship better? Like, what is this? And that is basically the same shit happening here to just random normies who made the crime or mistake of posting on the internet.
And now she'll never trust anyone, and it's all your fault. It's like, okay, what am I supposed to do then? Because it doesn't seem like anything is right to you guys. What's ironic about this, though, is I feel like a lot of these kind of commenters are the same people who will shame young people for not...
This is why your population is declining. A wasted life. You two might as well go on palliative care. It's better to find eternal meaning through your children than temporary happiness through a game, but you do you. It's probably because our lives are more than just our own, and to think that way comes off being arrogant and selfish.
Having kids yet? Come on,
oh my God.
Guys, be useful to society. Give birth already. And then post about them so we can nitpick all of your choices. Really, though, that's just like the whole internet right now. No matter what kind of content you're making, no matter what you're doing, you'll just be living your life. And then someone will be like, that's not how I would do it. Well, I didn't ask, buddy. Now, the last video I want to point out has some pretty insane discourse, partly because I found it on Twitter. I mean, in general, when a TikTok gets reposted to Twitter, it's
that's
not
when it
usually
gets
like,
real
hey,
crazy.
Look at this funny TikTok I found.
Oh, it gets
it's
really
like,
worse.
Hey, look at this piece of I found. We should set their house on fire.
Day one of being a stay-at-home husband.
Oh, yeah. I love this one. This was so funny. Like, it's so cute, and people were so crazy about it, of course.
And cuddled on the couch. And then I started to pack her lunch before she went to work with all her favorite foods. Snuck in a love note, drove her to work.
You get the idea, you know? It's a guy who loves his wife and is clearly doing a good job.
It was so sweet. It's like, dude, God forbid, the biggest mistake you can ever make is like show that you're happy on the internet. Holy People will find a way to just rip it apart, dude.
Of taking care of her. They seem to be in a healthy, happy relationship. Not really anything to judge, right?
This is more disturbing than gore.
Then the yeah, dude, totally. That was my takeaway too. That's what I was gonna say. I know I looked at that and said, "Oh, how wonderful, a couple in love and like being supportive to one another." But this is my takeaway too. Now I take it back. So fucking statue PFP, dude. Of course. Oh God. Oh, Western civilization is under attack, and the only way we can stop the moral decay is by making all of our Twitter avatars statues of Greek, from the Greek era, from ancient Greece, and that's the only way to stop it. We're going to plug the dam of moral degeneracy destroying the West with my statue avatar. I'm going to do that. Fucking statue PFPs, dude. Antiquity was so much better, bro. Dog. Antiquity, no one be helping out their wives, dude. You fucking kidding me? Say you're a pedophile, dude. Just say it.
What universe is that a superior life to living alone?
It's a terrible lesbian couple. Okay, I lost it at the Beyond Meat.
Oh my God, they're all
Was there like a meeting they all went to where they all decided one day that all the guys like this on Twitter have to change their profile picture to some random dead guy statue? What is it?
Oh. Drew is such a wonderful, kind individual who does not know the insanity of Twitter. Like, that's how you know this motherfucker is a normie, okay? I'm going to make this mine. Yeah. No, that just means that they're trad, which means that they're, oftentimes just like white supremacist right-wingers.
What's it mean? Every time you see someone on Twitter with a profile picture like this, I promise you they're about to say the worst take you've ever heard.
The only thing gay here is using a straw at home.
Fellas, is it gay to drink stuff? Have you noticed that like everything has discourse now? Everything is a debate, even if it doesn't need to be. And some of it is constructive. Of course, some of it is very...
Bro, I was so ahead of the game with this, saying that debate perverts need to be abolished. Debate perverts need to go to jail. I was so ahead of the game, straight up. One of my greatest locks of all time. I know that it ruffled a lot of feathers at the time, but god damn, dude. Everyone is just like always trying to duke it out. It's like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear from you. Your opinion is not valid. I don't care. You're just as stupid as I am. You're on the internet, okay? Why the would I ever learn anything new or interesting from you, okay? We're both mentally ill loser dumbasses on the internet chirping around, okay? Why would I learn anything productive from you? I know my skull is hollowed out, so you are probably the same, okay? I don't want to hear that. It's so much worse now because they have Twitter blue check marks and you see mutuals retweeting them, posting a fake video. Oh yeah, always. That too.
Very much worth having. But then I'll see people arguing about like which basketball player is having a better season or how much cream you're supposed to put in your coffee. Like the fate of the world is on the line. I feel like there's this anger that's seeped into every part of the internet, and it's so hard to avoid without just staying off of it altogether. Like you'll see the most innocuous comment in the world that for some reason has 97 replies, and you're like, huh, what happened here? And the most recent reply will be like, no, I'm not the one defending genocide. You're the one. And it's like, huh? How did they, what? Who even brought that up? And I think what really sucks about it is so much of it is by design. Like there were those documents that came out that showed Facebook's algorithm was more likely to suggest something if a lot of people were using the angry reaction emoji. And then outside of Facebook, on Twitter, I've noticed that a lot of times the tweet at the top of a thread is not the one with the most likes, but the one with the most replies because it's the most controversial. It is the most likely way to stretch out the amount of time you spend on that thread because now instead of just the one original paragraph, there's now dozens of insane ramblings for you to scroll through. Even Instagram is starting to show some of the worst comments near the top. That's how I found the ones in this video. I wasn't scrolling to the bottom, they were at the top. And it's all because a computer told them that these kind of comments increase engagement. Let's not worry about what kind of engagement. Let's not worry about the fact that this specific kind of engagement actually makes people feel like shit and they're worse off when they leave the app than they were when they came onto the app. And not only is this making the overall user experience more negative, but by showing the hateful hateful comments to more people because you know that that's what will get them to interact with it? Aren't you like actively encouraging people to write hateful things? Like most of the time, if someone's being an asshole online, they're just doing it to rile people up. They're doing it to get a response. And if the algorithms did a better job of flagging and suppressing those things, and maybe after a while, those people would be like, it seems my efforts are fruitless. This is no way to spend my days. I need to get my shit together. And then they like put on a suit and tie. But from like the user side, our side, I don't really know what the answer is besides just like spending less time on the internet. It just sucks though, because sometimes it's really fun, you know? Sometimes I don't get pissed off at all. I just laugh a lot. I like the internet. I like connecting with people across the world. I like finding new talented creators and following them and seeing what kind of stuff they make. There's so much good out there. I wish it wasn't so depressing sometimes. Anyway, for all the people who have sat through this whole rant and didn't care because they don't really listen to me when I talk and they only watch these videos to see the ad read at the end, you're in luck because today's video is sponsored.
Okay.